first I thought, okay, this is one of those fights we'll laugh about later. Spoiler alert, it wasn't.
I can't do this anymore, Cindy. I've tried for Julia's sake, but you never meet me halfway.
Oh, is that why you're with that wench now? You knew when we got married I didn't want more kids and you were fine with that. You even adopted Julia as your own. So why the sudden change of heart? What? Adopted? Adopted? Mom, what do you mean? Both their heads snapped towards me. Julia, not now. Please, just wait outside. No! I want to know why you just said that. When he took off the blindfold, my jaw dropped. In front of me was the cutest, most romantic setup ever. A cozy picnic, heart-shaped treats, love balloons, and spelt out in sparkly letters, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Oh my gosh, this is so pretty! When did you do all this?
Secret, but will you? I've liked you since the day I saw you pulling that girl's hair in the hall and thought, what a firecracker.
Is that a compliment or insult? And she totally deserved it, by the way.
Well, be my girl and find out.
How could I say no when he looked at me like that? I said yes. And as he leaned in to kiss me, my heart exploded into a million butterflies. Just then, we heard a loud scream. Stop! You two shouldn't be doing that. Oh, hey, bestie. I'm Julia. And yeah, I know, cliffhanger. But before I tell you what's going on, please hit that subscribe button because today's confession is hotter than the Sahara. Before I ever fell head over heels for a guy I probably should not have even looked at to begin with, I was just your regular city girl with two super famous parents. Mom and Dad were total TV legends, Atlanta's hottest news anchor duo. At school, I'd swing by their studio just to watch them work, which honestly was like watching a live soap opera.
And on What's Trending today, a flying squirrel was caught on camera staging its own death in a dramatic display that's almost Oscar-worthy. No way! It pretended to have been knocked over by a broom? It rolled under the broom, did a little twist, moved it around just a right bam! Crime scene perfection!
Watching them together was always amazing. They were hilarious, smooth, and had that on-screen magic, you know? But they'd be at each other's throats the moment we got home, not talking for days even. Yet somehow, every time I walked into the room, it was all smiles and best buddy vibes, like Whiplash much. Don't get me wrong, they were awesome parents. My mom would make me raspberry muffins from scratch on my birthday, which was a huge deal because she hated cooking, and bought me all the glittery dresses and cute toys. Dad would braid my hair in these cute little pigtails, teach me video game moves, and be my personal chauffeur every morning. He was the best. But together, absolute chaos. So one day, little 8-year-old me hatched a plan to save the day one night after a major argument. As soon as they came home, I blindfolded them and led them to the table, feeling like some sort of relationship counselor in pigtails. Ta-da! Dinner is served!
Honey, what's all this? Did you cook? You can't even boil an egg.
Well, you guys have been fighting a lot, so I thought if I made you dinner, maybe you'd get along.
Aw, that's so sweet, Julia.
So what's on the menu tonight, Chef Julia?
Gummy bear, meat, and broccoli soup.
Looks, almost too good to eat.
Let's face it, I was 8 and I'd never cooked anything in my entire life. But I'd followed this recipe online and I was sure they were going to love it, or at least I hoped so.
But I made it just for you.
Let's just say my puppy eyes did the trick, and they downed the soup like champs. A few hours later, though, they were taking turns in the bathroom all night. Who knew gummy bear soup could be so explosive? But hey, it actually worked. A little. They didn't fight as much anymore, but I could feel the tension between them every once in a while. Of course, I also had to do a few more interventions and horrible dinners for the next couple of years, but I didn't mind at all. When I wasn't busy playing Cupid for my parents, I was nose deep in every book I could find. At home, at school, everywhere. Reading wasn't just a hobby. It was my escape. My all-time favorite author, Owen James. I fell in love with his writing the day I caught Mom bawling her eyes out over one of his novels. Like, we're talking full-on ugly crying with snorts and everything. The second she saw me, though, she slammed the book shut and stashed it away like it was some kind of top-secret government file. Obviously, I had to find it. And when I did, well, I didn't have a snort fest like her, but something about his words hit me right in the feels. From that moment on, I knew I wanted to be an author, just like him. Fast forward to senior year. I entered this essay contest at school totally on a whim. And guess what? I won! First place and a $2,000 prize, and I couldn't wait to tell my parents. I practically sprinted home, but walked into a very ugly argument. At first, I thought, okay, this is one of those fights we'll laugh about later. Spoiler alert, it wasn't.
I can't do this anymore, Cindy. I've tried for Julia's sake, but you never meet me halfway.
Oh, is that why you're with that wench now? You knew when we got married I didn't want more kids and you were fine with that. You even adopted Julia as your own. So why the sudden change of heart? What? Adopted? Adopted? Mom, what do you mean? Both their heads snapped towards me. Julia, not now. Please, just wait outside. No! I want to know why you just said that. Dad took a deep breath, and in one moment, everything I thought I knew fell apart.
Julia, I'm not your biological father. Your mom and I met when you were just a baby, and I adopted you. I've loved you like my own since the day I met you.
Wait, so you're not my real dad and you've been fighting all these years because you want more kids? Oh, but Mom wasn't done. Don't forget to tell her how you've been cheating on me with your assistant for months. You know, that one who's pregnant now? What? Is that true?
Julia, I love you, but your mom and we can't make this work anymore.
I didn't even hear the rest. All I could see was Dad packing his things and Mom standing there, her arms crossed but her eyes full of tears. In that moment, my world changed forever. Before I could even process anything, Mom announced that we were moving back to our hometown. Yep, that was her solution, running away. I was beyond furious, and I had so many questions. How did I miss this for 17 years? Who was my real dad? Did he even know I existed? I tried to ask Mom about it, but she shut me down. Instead, her focus shifted to other concerns. Mom's hometown was like a small village where everyone knew everyone, so no doubt people would recognize Mom. So to remain unrecognizable, she put on this ridiculous disguise as soon as we landed. We would be staying with Uncle Travis, who was Mom's childhood best friend, also my godfather, and the absolute best human being on the planet. Whenever he visited us in the city, it was always a blast. Road trips, tons of gifts, and the best home-cooked meals. I mean, the man was a chef. Probably why Mom never bothered to learn how to cook because Uncle Travis had us covered, always sending casseroles to save the day. Uncle Trav!
Ah, there's my baby girl. Welcome home, honey.
His cozy little cottage at the edge of town was a breath of fresh air, and I was relieved to see someone other than Mom. Because the tension between us was growing thicker, it could have choked a whale. Of course, Uncle Travis noticed. And when he asked what was going on while we unpacked, all the anger I'd been bottling up exploded like a volcano. Hey, Uncle Trav, did you know that my Vince wasn't my real dad?
What? Who told you that?
Cut the crap. You knew, didn't you? Mom won't tell me anything. Not who my real dad is, not why she hid it from me for 17 years. Were you even planning to tell me, Mom? Are we here to find him, or…
Jules,
Okay, that's enough, Julia. I don't want to talk about this, so drop it. Why can't you just listen for once and mind your freaking business? Huh? This is my business too, Mom, but you don't care, do you? I couldn't believe Mom was treating me like this. Furious, I stormed off and locked myself in the guest room, ignoring everything until Uncle Travis bribed me out with my favorite mac and cheese.
I'm sorry you found out like that, Jules, but your mom's going through a lot. Maybe cut her some slack.
Hey, you're supposed to be on my side. Aren't I your favorite?
You are my favorite, so I need you to eat up and get some sleep. You got school in the morning.
Oh, right. New school. The last thing I wanted. Turns out I was right to dread it. After a few days, half the school had already heard Cindy Kane was back in town and that I was her daughter. So much for her disguise. And of course, the rumor mill was spinning. Divorced, disgraced, hiding from scandal, you name it. Who the heck was spreading this junk? I didn't have to wonder long, because as I walked down the hallway one afternoon, the source of the drama found me. Marissa Portman, the school diva.
Hey, new girl. You're that journalist's daughter, right?
If I ignore it, it'll go away. But nope, I knew girls like her. Ignoring them never worked. Before I could escape, she grabbed my backpack and threw it on the floor.
Excuse me? Did you just call me it?
If the shoe fits, I was done. All I wanted was to grab my bag and leave, but she kicked it further, and what she said next got my blood boiling.
My mom says your mom is trash. Left this town, couldn't keep a husband, and now she's back because she's a loser. And my mom also said that your daddy isn't even your daddy.
Oh, that was it! Before I knew it, I was on her like a wildcat, hair pulling, screeching, the whole 9 yards. And minutes later, I was sitting in the principal's office with Mom and stupid Marissa and her mom. You could practically see the laser beams shooting from both our mom's eyes. Clearly, they had beef, and not the medium rare kind. But instead of going nuclear on Marissa's mom, my mom decided to unload on me the second we left the office. Fighting in school, Julia?
Are you trying to ruin my life?
Oh, that's rich. Do you even know what they're saying about you? Why we're even here, Mom?
I already told you.
Oh, right. Mind my own business. Got it. Fine. If she wasn't going to tell me, I'd figure it out myself. That night, fueled by anger and a desperate need for answers, I went full-on detective mode and tore through Mom's stuff looking for anything, but zilch, nada. Feeling defeated, I went to Uncle Travis's library hoping to grab a book to drown my brain in. Except, surprise, his library was basically just shelves of cookbooks. I was about to give up when a random baking recipe book caught my eye. I opened it and photos spilled out. At first, I thought they were sweet couple baby bump pics, until I realized who the happy couple was. It was my mom and Uncle Travis, and she was pregnant. What the actual heck? This could only mean. Just then, Uncle Travis walked in, saw the photos, and went white as frosting.
Jules, I can explain.
You lied to me too? Why would you?
Honey, please let me explain, okay?
I felt like I was choking on my own emotions. Dropping the photos, I bolted out of the house, ignoring his calls. My head was spinning, but as soon as I stepped out of the door, I crashed right into someone. It was a boy holding my backpack. I'd even forgotten that I didn't bring my bag home.
Julia? I'm Noah from school. I, brought your bag. You left it at school earlier.
He smiled nervously, but I couldn't even register it. All I wanted was to get out of there before Mom or Uncle Travis came after me, and that's when I spotted a motorcycle behind him. Is that your bike?
Yeah.
Get me out of here, please! I'll explain later. Before he could even answer, I climbed onto the bike. A while later, we stopped by a food truck and Noah bought me a grilled cheese sandwich.
My dad always says, eat first no matter what you're going through.
Your dad sounds fun. How come I've never seen you around school, Noah?
Because I'm really good at hiding. So anyway, what are you running from?
We talked for hours, and I told Noah about my mess of a life, and realized he was an awesome listener. We even bonded over books. Even when everything else changes, at least the stories in my books stay the same. I can always count on those characters.
I know, right? Who's your favorite author?
Ever heard of Owen James?
Hey, he's my dad.
I almost choked. Wait, seriously?
Totally. He's on a 2-week book tour right now, but I can introduce you when he comes back if you want.
He showed me photos of them together and told me they'd just moved back from abroad. I couldn't believe it. My favorite author lived in my town? I couldn't wait to tell Mom, but I decided to meet him first and maybe get an autograph to cheer her up. Back at home, things were tense as Mom and Uncle Travis sat me down for a talk as soon as I walked through the door.
Uncle Travis isn't your dad, Julia.
What about the photos? They exchanged uneasy glances and Uncle Travis spoke up.
I don't know who she was dating back then. She was always secretive. Then she got pregnant and promised to tell me who the dad was, but something happened and she was heartbroken. To this day, she's never told me who it was or what happened. Honestly, I'm glad she didn't, because I would have killed that guy.
And I couldn't burden Uncle Travis, so I left for the city before you were born and, met Vince. So who's my dad? Mom's face went blank. I'll tell you when I figure a few things out, okay? Please, just give me some time, hun. I'd never seen her so vulnerable. I didn't press her. Whoever my dad was, I'd wait until she was ready. Besides, I was excited about making a new friend in school and the possibility of meeting my favorite author. Noah and I spent every day together over the next couple of weeks. Marissa and her minions weren't thrilled, but after I yanked her hair that one time, she kept her distance. By the end of 2 weeks, this town was starting to feel like home, and I was counting the days until I could meet Owen James. So when Noah said his dad was finally back from his book tour, I practically screamed. We met at their house after school and we clicked immediately. I can't believe this! Your books mean everything to me.
It's always great meeting someone who truly gets my stories. Which one's your favorite?
Definitely a lost love. The world of the characters feels so real, like I could just walk into it.
It definitely feels like I lived it in another life. And you're Cindy Cade's daughter, right?
You know my mom?
I'm a big fan. That squirrel story she reported on? Classic. How does she find this stuff? Maybe you can introduce me sometime.
OMG, Owen James was a fan of my mom? This day couldn't get any better. We talked for hours about his books, my dreams of becoming a writer, and then he did something unbelievable. He handed me an unreleased copy of his next book.
Consider it a gift. Still a rough draft, but I think you'll enjoy it.
I was over the moon and couldn't wait to tell Mom. Mom, guess what? I met Owen James and he gave me his new book.
What did you just say?
He even gave me his new book. Isn't it amazing? But instead of excitement, her expression turned icy.
I don't ever want you to talk to that man again. Stay away from him.
Gosh, what was her problem? Did she just hate everyone? But I wasn't about to let her ruin this for me. For weeks, I secretly hung out with Noah and his dad almost every day. We played games, talked books, and Mr. James even gave me writing lessons. It It felt like I'd joined the best little book club ever. And Noah, let's just say he kept looking hotter, and I couldn't stop daydreaming about him. Then, one day, Noah told me he had a surprise for me in their backyard, and when I walked out, I saw the most romantic setup. He asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said yes before I even realized what I was doing. But just as we were about to kiss, Mom burst through the door looking devastated.
Stop! He's your brother!
What?
Please listen to me, Julia. Owen James is your real dad, so that makes his son and your... What?
I froze. What was happening? And that's when Mom collapsed and told us everything between sobs.
I was 18 when Owen and I started dating. We kept it a secret and then I got pregnant. We planned to get married, but on the day we were supposed to meet, he bailed. I tried calling him and couldn't reach him for weeks. And when I finally did, he said he didn't know me, like I was a stranger. So I changed my number and left for the city before Julia was born.
We were all silent, trying to process. Then Uncle Travis stormed in and slapped Owen James.
You jerk! How could you do this to her? And you had another kid too?
Noah stepped forward, clearly uncomfortable.
He's not my real dad.
Huh?
He adopted me 3 years ago after my parents died. They were his best friends, so I'm not really your brother.
I felt relieved. At least I wasn't about to kiss my brother. But what in the gummy bear casserole was going on? Mr. Owen sighed, his voice shaky.
17 years ago, I had a fatal accident. I lost 4 years of memory. The last thing I remember is my 16th birthday. I remember a call, but I couldn't make sense of it. I tried calling back, but the number was disconnected. Then my parents sent me abroad. For years, I felt like something was missing, so I wrote A Lost Love. And when I saw you on TV for the first time, I burst into tears. I don't know why, my heart just ached. After that, I watched you on the news every day.
Is that why you bawled your eyes out when you read the novel, Mom? She just scoffed and looked away. So he's really my dad?
You can do a DNA test if you don't believe me.
But that wasn't even necessary because from the beginning, we just connected. As I hugged him, I couldn't help but think how lucky I was. I had 3 dads now, and my real dad was a famous author. Wow.
I might not remember anything from back then, but will you please let me get to know you better?
We had a beautiful moment of reunion, and for the next couple of days, the 3 of us talked and bonded about the past. Mom and Dad, even started spending more time together. It seems the spark is still there. Noah and I, even though he wasn't really my brother, we just decided to remain good friends, and we're literally inseparable now.